Hey guys, it's Vintage Vinny, and I have a thrift store haul to share with you today. Got a great assortment of stuff as usual, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you all. Stay tuned. So this is something I picked up on eBay. It was $1.50, and I had to pay like $6.85 to ship it. Anyway, I was at an antique store, and I was in one of the booths, and they had a box of this brand of underwear with the actual garments still inside of it. I was trying to see if there were any of them listed because I know vintage girdles, which of course these are not girdles at all, can sometimes do really well, especially because they are made well and, of course have lasted years. Anyway, so I liked the box, but I didn't want to spend $15 because I didn't see anything to compare it to say, okay, this is worth my time to buy for 15 and be able to make some money on. So I was pleasantly surprised to see that someone was offering one of these boxes for sale. They're Silver Ray undies. I really like the model, and she's posing in the garments. I just thought that was really cool. And the person that I bought this from apparently was selling this out of her 94-year-old mother's estate. So at the time this was out, she was probably in her 30s, like maybe late 20s, early 30s when these were being advertised. Again, $1.50. I was like, as soon as I got a signal in this mall and I saw that they were offering the box for that cheap, I was like, you know what? I like the box to begin with. Why don't I just go ahead and purchase it? And I really like it, so that was a really good score. So for $3, I picked up this Blue-Bowed Goose cookie jar. It has Japan on the bottom. I would assume this is probably the 1980s. I think I'm going to probably sell this. I'm not exactly sure. I thought it would be kind of neat for Easter. I don't know if it is a Blue-Bowed Goose or if it's just some duck, but I don't know what made me grab it. I guess I liked it. So yeah, it's taped together. I don't see any repairs as far as I know. Usually they tape this stuff up pretty darn well, so I'm sure I would have noticed a crack somewhere, or chip if there was one. But yeah, that was really cool. I don't know what made me grab it. I think it was just an opportunity. I'll have to do some research and see. I haven't really had any time to. But yeah, I thought that was definitely neat. The camera seems a little shaky and on edge. I apologize, but that is how I'm able to share this entire item in this video. I picked this up at one of my thrift stores. It was a little up there in price. It was $30, but I definitely thought it was worth it when I looked up comps for this. I'm sure you recognize the guy's face on here. This is Bob Ross, an extremely talented painter. And he passed away, 24 years ago? I think he passed away in 95. I can't remember exactly. So this is from the 90s, like 1994, according to my research. And everything is here. I don't think a single thing was ever used. The only thing that strikes me as odd, if you look on the box here, the white oil paint is in a clear container with a plastic black lid. But when you look inside of the box, the liquid paint is in a bottle, not in that special jar there. Everything appears to be new. I don't see anything that looks like it's ever been used. Some of the paint tubes may be a little squished again. I think someone may have done that when they were looking at it. I don't think anyone in the thrift store would have bought this. Maybe they would have. I don't know. But I maybe the $30 turned them away. But I think if I end up selling this, I'm going to ask about $100 because that's about what they go for. I like Bob Ross. I think he was a really talented artist. And I just think this is a really cool set, and to find it brand new, never used, and it's not very old. I mean, 25 years old, but still, because of how famous he is, or he was, and how great of an artist he was, this definitely holds some value. Maybe I'll hold it onto it for a few more years, or maybe even, I don't know. I'll eventually probably sell it. But $100 is what I'll ask for it. like I said, something I'd never seen before. Even though it was a little pricey, I decided to jump on it because why not? So I've never seen one of these before. I've never seen a lucite handled purse. I think it's a wooden purse, and it's got what I believe to be like Holly Hobby stickers or decals all over it. This came from that thrift store for $1.50, where you have to have at least $5 worth of merchandise in order to use your debit card, and that's pretty much all I ever have on me. I never carry cash. But I did test this for Bakelite. It is not, it's just lucite. I used that special 309 cleaner or something like that to test the handle, and it's not as heavy either. I should have known that, but I decided to go ahead and take the chance on this purse. Overall, I mean, it's definitely got wear and tear. I mean, there's some decals that are missing and it peeled the paint off, but I'm sure somebody would like to have this just as a display piece. They don't go for a whole lot of money. I think I might just ask about 90% more than what I paid, so, or like upcharge the price by 90%. So do $15, $16, $17 around there, and I think someone would really enjoy having this. Inside, it's got like a floral fabric. If I had to date this, probably the 60s or the 70s. But yeah, I'm sure somebody out there would really like it. I think I might do 17 on it and then maybe take offers from there. We'll see what happens. So as you can see by these really gaudy frames, there's just something about them that really attracted me to them, and I found one of them and I couldn't find the other. I had to ask one of the employees to help me find it. It was $5 for the pair, which is, it was okay. I mean, I think they could have been a little cheaper, but I mean, $2.50 each is not terrible. These are Jack and Jill three-dimensional photos, or pictures, wall hangings. They were made by Arnold Hutter in 1968. Registered design. Someone taped these over the years, and I guess sticky residue got stuck on them. But they were really, really cool and interesting. I've never seen anything like them before. And while I'm not really crazy about Hollywood Regency, I think these will be okay. Now, as you can see, Jill's... Okay, they're just not going to stay put. Jill's paper piece came off over the years, so I'm going to go ahead and have to re-glue that. But they're kind of interesting. Like I said, never seen anything like them before. Not real crazy about Hollywood Regency, but I think I can live with it. Now, I purchased these along with a few other items from the Goodwill outlet. My total came out to like less than $4. So I don't think these are terribly old, because I know that in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, the old car motif, or quote-unquote old car motif, was really in style. Now, there is water damage to the pictures. I've seen other merchandise that has this same kind of markings on it. Let me see if I can zoom in on that for you guys. So it says IMP F015 Delarue, Paris. And it says DUC. Oops. So I guess the store that had them originally was trying to ask 99 cents. They didn't sell. So I went ahead and picked them up. I might try to sell these if they're not as old as I think they are. Somebody might want them. I don't know. So that's the one that does not have the original backing. This one is less damaged, but still, this is what the backing looks like, and there's a stamp on here. It says Franklin Picture Frame Company. I don't think these are all that old. I think if it was much older, it would probably, I don't know, maybe these are 60s, 70s. I'll give them a whirl and see if somebody buys them. We'll see, though. This also came from the Goodwill outlet. Originally, it was from a Goodwill for $2, which was not bad. I don't know if I was at the store that had this, or if it just came in at the bins and I didn't even see it. Anyway, it's a Relpo planter. I never plan on having kids of my own, but for some odd reason, I love the baby planters. I think they're just fun and whimsical and cute. And overall, it's in good condition. I think there's one tiny little mark right here, but it doesn't really affect it too much. Now, this I'm not exactly sure is vintage. I really like the thick pieces of glass, the texture of it. It's kind of like bulky. I got it for 75 cents. There's another tag on the bottom, but I think it's just like another thrift store tag or something. I really like the color, and the camera doesn't really do it justice. It's kind of like an oceany blue, like, you know, like a summery blue. And I just like that. There's no markings to indicate whether it's older. If I had to guess, it's either something from the 70s, or it could be a modern piece that you bought at Home Goods a long time ago, or maybe even like Marshall's, TJ Maxx, one of those discount retailers. I could be wrong, though. Pick this ceramic trinket dish up, or trinket box. It's marked made in Japan. It was sitting at this Goodwill for a while, so I went ahead and picked it up. I didn't undo the tape to see if the lid was cracked anywhere. It's kind of like an olivey green, so I would date this to probably the 70s, 60s or 70s. If I were to list it tomorrow, which of course it's going to be for sale, probably $10 to $12, $13 is probably what I would ask, or maybe even more because it's in good shape. Valentine's Day's coming. Non-traditional Valentine's Day colors. So this I got at one of the charity shops in town. It's really cool. I think it's a fish face. For whatever reason that day, housewares were 50% off, so I paid $1.25 for it. As you can see, there's a little nick right there and chip. But I think I can touch that up with some green Sharpie or some kind of paint. It does have Japan on the bottom of it, so I would date it to probably the 60s or 70s. That's just really cool. I mean, it's basically a fish opening its mouth and you could put plants in it. Or it could be a pitcher, like a small little pitcher. I don't know. But I thought that was kind of neat. For $1.25, heck yeah. So this came from that thrift store where you have to charge $5 or more. It's a vinyl vintage tablecloth, and it was only $1. So this is something that you could just take a Clorox wipe to after you're done using it, and it will be perfectly fine. It's got candles. It's got those, like, plasticky lantern things. You got a Santa Claus. If I had to date this, probably the 60s. I really like the bell design right here. I just thought that was really cool. And the Santa Claus was definitely cool. Why I picked this up, I don't want to blind you guys, is beyond me. It's a vintage mirror. It's white. It was 75 cents. And if we look on the back here, I guess this came from like a hardware store or something. It says bathroom mirror, size 5x7, a Lampert product, made in US. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It's kind of warpy. Dates could be 50s, 60s, or 70s, one of the three. I think she charged me 99 cents for both of these. These are going to be going to, what's her new name now? It's not Midstone Home, it's Tarnished Treasures. These are kind of felt applique ornaments. They don't have any place to say where they're made. Japan, probably. One says peace. Oh, they both say peace, but kind of fading. I think she's going to enjoy crafting with those or putting them on her tree. This came from the Goodwill outlet as well. It's just a Hong Kong motorcycle. I'm probably going to have to do some more research to see who originally was on it or what toy this goes to, because it only says Hong Kong. Who knows? This could be worth something. You just never know. And like I said, it came with those pictures and that planter, so not a whole lot of money invested into it. This 60s girl was 75 cents, I think. Yep, 75 cents. She's been at this charity thrift store for a while. She's got the bubble cut hair. I'm going to take her out and make sure there's no markings on her. See what's up if she's nothing. I don't know what I'll do with her, but she's been there a while. Nobody's bought her, and I decided to go ahead and take a chance on it for less than $1. So I'll see what I'm going to do with that. Now this bowl is really rather interesting. It's kind of like a really light sun yellow. It was $2.50. And I just, like I said, I had to find some things to add up to that $5, so I picked up this bowl. I don't know what company issued this or who made it. It could be Hazel Atlas, it could be McKee, it could be anybody. If you happen to know, let me know in the comments below. I think it's painted or fired on paint because you can see the clear glass on the inside. Like, it just doesn't look like it's all yellow. But for $2.50, I took a chance on it. This bag here was $4, 20% off from one of the vendor malls that my dad had a booth in. So I went ahead and picked this up. I bought it for this girl here. She's from 1970. I don't know who she is, if she's trying to portray maybe like Diana Ross or something. But I picked that up. And this is, I think, just a modern Madame Alexander doll that I don't want, that I think is from McDonald's. So she might end up getting redonated. Because I don't even think Madame Alexander stuff is worth that much. I don't see any markings. Yeah, this looks just like a McDonald's toy. Yeah, I see McDonald's, made in China. So she'll just get redonated. Take her out of that bag, of course. I mainly got it for this, so I paid $2 for her. Let's see if I can show you what she says, because I know it's somewhere. I think I had to do this to look at the thing. Yeah, it says 1970... Sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to take her away from the camera real quick. Hold on. Like Hopper Corporation or something like that? Hopper Corporation, Hong Kong. But what's really interesting about her... I'll take this out of the way. Focus on her real quick. When you turn her hand... Is it this one? No. This one. Her head goes around and around. I don't know what the heck is up with that. If that was a toy flaw or like a manufacturer flaw. But I've had to adjust it several times. She's got the bubble cut hair. She's got the right dress on. I don't know who she is. I don't know if she was like a line of the Julie doll. Some small Mattel doll or something. I don't think she's Mattel. I'd have to look closer again and see. But she was definitely interesting. She fit the period of the 70s. So that's why I went ahead and grabbed her. I got this whole bag of Mark's toys for $4.75. Judging by my research, these are the Indians and the teepee. I could probably get $20-25 just for this bag here. For 99 cents a piece, I found these, and I did look them up, and one didn't sell for a whole lot of money, but I think because I have two of them, I think they'll do pretty well. They're from 1984, made in Taiwan. They are whimsical three-dimensional wall hooks. They almost look like Geoffrey the Giraffe from Toys R Us, which is, I guess, why I picked them up. Heck, maybe that might be who this is modeled after. I don't know. Or maybe it could have been like a Toys R Us exclusive. But I went ahead and grabbed them. I think I'm going to probably list both of them for $20, and I think they will sell. So these last two items came from the vendor mall where my dad used to have a booth. So this is the first item of this little segment. I found a pack of plastic 7-Up Uncola bottles. Probably from the 60s or 70s. I paid $1 for it. And that's just going to go into my jar of small crab. Now this was a little different, something I've never seen before. It has a Mamie on it. Originally $3, the booth was having, I think, 15% off, so I only paid $2.55 for it. And I did look it up just to see if it was worth anything. It's only worth about like $10, but I think I'm going to keep her because I think she's rather different. And depending on who you are, I don't want to go too much into this, but I don't like what this kind of stuff stands for, and I think keeping it out in the public is going to remind all of us not to repeat history. And I don't stand for any of that stuff, and believe me, if I ever witnessed somebody being that way to someone else, my mouth is coming open. Believe me. So the last of the quote-unquote bigger items, I paid $6 for this box, and what's in there, do you ask? Were these 9 vehicles. These were 66 cents a piece. Originally, when I saw them, I kind of thought it was a little much, but sometimes you gotta pay up for certain things, and that's what I did. So these, according to my research, are from the 1960s. They have Leeds, England on the back of them. This one's one of my favorites, and I'll probably end up keeping this one. This is a Zodiac convertible by Ford. Oh, it was Lesney, not Leeds, England, sorry. Lesney, made in England. I found out these are Matchbox cars. Really, really cool, really neat, intricate details. Like I said, this one I'm going to be keeping. I was really, really surprised to see how much these things are worth. I can't remember exactly off the top of my head, but the one item, this little cement mixer right here, I do remember. Someone paid $35 just for this one little item here. See there, it says England. Whoop, try to focus on that better for you all. Yep, there's England and Lesney. So just this little thing, someone was willing to pay $35 for. That's what I'll probably end up listing this item for, just by itself. We've got just a truck. It also says Lesney, England on it. I only did research on the convertible and the cement mixer. And I did research on this one too. The Matchbox removal service truck. Also marked... No, not marked. You're not marked anywhere, but I know it was Matchbox because obviously it says it right on there. This little truck is worth about $20 just by itself. This looks like an army jeep, almost. Or tractor, maybe? Also says Lesney, England. I didn't do research on this, but like I said, I just thought these were super, super cool, super different. This little thing here, this looks like a dump truck of some sort. Also marked Lesney, England. I'm going to stop saying Lesney, England, because I'm sure it's getting on you all's nerves. I think it's a dump truck. Now this is another one I'm probably going to end up keeping for myself. It's really cool. It's a horse-drawn pasteurized milk cart. Now these ones don't have any marks on them, the horse-drawn carriages. Not that I know of. I didn't see any markings on them anywhere. But they were definitely interesting. I'm thinking I might sell these individually also. But we will see. What do you all think? Was that worth $6? I think it was. So that's all I have for you today. Be sure and give this video a big thumbs up, leave a comment below, subscribe if you haven't already. Click the bell next to the subscribe button if you'd like to know when new videos are posted. All the links to my social media accounts via Instagram are down below as well, where you will see pictures of items to come in future haul videos. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Bye guys!